Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Thank you all so much for being here. Let me see who was here first. Ingrid Soers, thank you so much for being here. Greatly appreciated. Oh, and Don Placio is here. Also, Black Queen, Mario Apena, Annie Bullard, Fancy Fancy, Jennifer Clark, Lady T, hi. Sherry Ware, welcome. Brenda Gray, Yulibi, Nunez Di Dario, thank you so much for being here. Rochelle Baldreau, Lady Metatrons, thank you so much for being here. Well, you guys, Royal Sussex is just eight subscribers away from 35,000. You heard me. Just eight subscribers away from 35,000 subscribers. It seems like just the other day, I was like, oh, Royal Sussex is just a handful of subscribers away from 34,000. Now we are closing in on 35,000. This has been a very productive month already. Actually, the last 30 days. I was going to say the Purdy days. The last 30 days. So, what a nice thing, right? I think it's beautiful. Hello, Manello, Catalina, Hamlet. So, since we're on the topic, everyone, if you are not subscribed, I repeat, if you are not subscribed, please do at this time so that Royal Sussex might jump over that 35,000 subscriber hurdle. I mean, it's just a number. We could just say we're already there, but you know how deliberate I am. So, always a fuss about details. So go ahead and hit subscribe because one of my little hobbies is the screenshot. I love to take a screenshot of every time we reach one of those milestones. So for those of you that are not subscribed, please do it at this time. Remember, if you are watching on an electronic device, go to your phone, your tablet, or your PC and go ahead and hit subscribe. All right, so now that I've laid that guilt trip on you, let's get into it, shall we? Yeah, I didn't give much notice today. I was just like, I'll just go ahead um, and schedule as soon as I'm done with all the stuff. So, not to mention, it was raining today, and when it was raining, like really heavy, my head got really heavy. I'm like, you know what? I'm taking a nap. I'm tired. I am tired. Hey, Rohini, that's right. 8 away from 35K. Yes, that rhymes. Yeah, 8 away from 35K. Talk about the food truck video again. It might help. Yes, that food truck video. For those of you that are not aware, the food truck video is an edited video, which I have worked so hard on, and yet nobody seems to have watched it. And so I have called it I've branded it the food truck video. So for that reason, anytime a video gets less than 4,000 views, or about 4,000, it triggers me to reminisce about the food truck video. So just so you know. All right. Hello, Alma Andrews, Marcia Ware, Legs is here, Carolyn Teal is here, Perlina Answer. Thank you so much for being here. Joyce Anderson. Let me see. Oh, thank you so much for that, Joyce. Glad to hear that. Yes, remember that, you guys. Please make sure you subscribe to all of the Sussex friendly channels. Christian Synagogue Inc., thank you so much for being here. Misty Blue. Misty Blue has a channel. Oh, and Misty Blue. Oh, Misty Blue. I tell you, you say the stuff that I think about, and I'm just like, yes, yes. So there you go, right there, you guys. Make sure you subscribe to Misty Blue's channel. Another Sussex friendly space. Can't have enough of them as far as I'm concerned. Another Sussex friendly space. So, let me see here. I'm going to open up another screen so I can see what you guys are seeing. That is always helpful. Let me see here. Another space, another space. There we go. And there we go. That way I can keep up. All right. Now let me take one last look at Twitter just in case something has happened. Because I tell you, going on at this time of day, sometimes, that's interesting. Sometimes we just might get some late breaking news. But I don't think that's the story today. But anyway. Oh no. I'm sorry, I'm still here. All right. I'm done with the Twitter. Once I start looking at this Twitter, I get lost. All right. Uh, okay, I've turned off the Twitter. Hello, Reba Henderson. Okay. Oh, thank you, Church Nelly. Thank you, Church Nelly. I am going to pin Misty Blue at the top of the chat so it'll be easier for you guys to subscribe to Misty Blue. I'm telling you, when it comes to not pulling any punches, okay, that's all I'll say. I'll let you find out for yourself. Recollections may vary, right? Right. Okay. So I'm going to hide me. There we go. And so this happened yesterday. Best streaming nonfiction has been nominated and is the best docuseries, the best I've ever seen. This is the words of a squatty. Congratulations, Harry and Meghan, at God's blessing you. Everything the cankerworm tried to steal, God is blessing you 100-fold over. So proud of you. You deserve it all. So, yes, the Hollywood Critics' Choice Association did nominate the Sussexes for the Harry and Meghan docuseries. However, the Emmy Awards, Harry and Meghan were not nominated for that. I can't say that I'm so surprised, and I'm going to tell you why. There are some really, really big things competing this year. So, in terms of competition, and when you have like a lot of good work, is two things going on there. It's good for the viewers because, well, it is good for the viewers because we need some quality material. And then also, um, it's good for the competition because at least you know that it was so much quality. People were conflicted and it was hard to decide. And it's not like everything is, I mean, I don't think there's two documentaries or docuseries alike. So it's a rich selection, and that always divides the vote. And you can like miss your nomination by just a few points here or there. So don't despair, you guys. The Sussexes work has been recognized again and again, and it will continue to be recognized. The award, of course, is great. It is a formality, and yes, I would be kidding if I said, "Oh, it's the it's not whether you win or lose; it's how you play the game." I always prefer to win because I just want to make sure that the Sussexes are getting their proper recognition. That's all. Plus, having any award on your resume is helpful, right? So, um, let's keep our fingers crossed that in the future they will get more of that recognition. It's good for the resume. Hey, VS Speaks Royally, yet another Sussex friendly channel. VS, you were on earlier today, is that right? Or am I thinking about yesterday? But VS is on most days too, so there is another Sussex friendly option. We have an embarrassment of riches when it comes to Sussex friendly channels. The more the merrier, I say. Prince Harry holds special meeting with young people inspired by Princess Diana. If this feels like deja vu, it is. What I don't understand is why it's taken this long for the People magazine. And let me see, which one is this? This is not People. This is, oh gosh, I forget which magazine. Is it Glamour? I think it's Glamour. No, Harper's Bazaar. I'm not sure. But anyway, I don't know what took so long for them to get here, because it wasn't just like a week ago or 10 days ago. Well, Diana's birthday, July the 1st. So this was July the 1st. This was July the 1st, and they're just now mentioning it. Prince Harry made a special visit to a group of young people working to make the world a more equitable place. In the new video recently shared by YouTuber and activist V. Kativu, the Duke of Sussex surprised the honorees of the 2023 Diana Awards, which happened 12 days ago, by the way, which honors the legacy of his late mother, Princess Diana. The clip shows Harry interacting with award recipients at the Conversations for Change seminar in Los Angeles last month. Again, I don't know why they are just now getting here, but I think I've made not one but two videos in reference to this. And yeah, for whatever reason, they just seem to have taken notice of it, and not because of the Diana's birthday, but because the is her name V just posted it. So take a look here.
Zimbabwean education advocate Varaidzo Kativu says Prince Harry is one of the sweetest people after co-hosting the prestigious Diana Awards 2023 with the Duke of Sussex at the weekend. As a two-time recipient of the prestigious Diana Award, Varaidzo continues to make a profound impact within the education sector, inspiring countless others to pursue their dreams and make positive changes in society. Varaidzo, serving as co-host alongside Prince Harry, brought her unwavering determination and passion for education to the forefront. Her presence, combined with Prince Harry's, ensured that the voices and achievements of youth advocates were amplified and celebrated throughout the ceremony. It's such a dream to be able to do this with him. He is one of the sweetest people, and I'm truly so excited. We did a great job, if I do say so myself. I feel honored to have my efforts advocating for the access to education for underrepresented or underprivileged groups recognized. Every time things like this happen, it helps give my work a stamp of recognition, which helps me reach more people, and most importantly, to reach those who can help. I'm just so grateful to be able to step into rooms like this and always to bring my full self, she said. The Diana Awards, established in memory of the late Princess Diana, are presented annually to young individuals ages 9 to 25 years old who demonstrate exceptional commitment and dedication to making positive changes in their communities.
So I'm not going to play the other one, but yeah, so that was, you know, 12 days later, now people and other magazines are writing about it. You know, it's positive stories about the Duke of Sussex, so I'll take it. But just kind of weird that it took this long. And not on Diana's birthday, which was 12 days ago, but because V posted the story. And she is just as cute as could be. I love her. And she has some amazing fashions. I looked through her social media, and little mama come up with some outfits for you. So she has like a 5-star personality. So Omen even said earlier this month, Prince Harry and Diana Ward's chief executive T. Tall met with the charity Roll of Honor alumni in Los Angeles for a Conversation for Change session, a program created to bring youth together around a key social issue. Before the discussion, the Duke of Sussex surprised 4 of this year's Diana Awards recipients with their certificates and blah, 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 blah. So there you go. And this is just pure shade. I was just throwing this in there to be shady. It has nothing to do with the conversation and everything to do with shade. Got it? All right, I'm done. Next. Now, I said the very strange appearance of Camilla. Now, as you guys know, Camilla has a very cozy relationship with the media. And I do mean cozy. Um, I'm not saying that she's in the bed with the press. However, you should know that Harry even said that a lot of those leaks that have occurred over the years have come from Camilla. Camilla sacrificed me at her altar so that she might improve her public appearance, her public not appearance, but her what do you call it? Um, Not public appearance. Let me think. What was I trying to say? Public image. Oh, there we go. Public image. Ooh, that was a slip right there. So, hello. Is this the Daily Mail? Senior Royal here. Yes. This is the way we envision it. Somehow it filters through who's ever at the end of the other line. And of course, all the profits go to Lord Nappyhead. So why, I ask, why is Lord Nappyhead's paper publishing some pretty unflattering photos of the Queen Consort? Has she not lived up to the agreement? Wink, wink, allegedly. Okay, I'm not going to tease this out too much, but this is not the worst of it. This is not the worst of it. Please do not look directly into the screen. Do not look directly into the screen. Yes, it gets better. It gets better, or should I say, it gets worse. It gets worse. Very unflattering. I don't suspect they did any airbrushing. Okay, ready? Boom! How did this make it into the Daily Fail? I ask you. How did this make it into the Daily Fail? They went there. Where is that invisible contract? Where is the invisible contract? I know that there is an invisible contract, but somehow someone has fell asleep on their watch and published this image of the Queen Consort. Hello, Senior Royal here. I screamed when I saw this. I did. I screamed. I think I kind of jumped back from the computer screen, but they went there. This is supposed to be a friendly territory, right? I thought they hired someone from the Daily Fail to make sure stuff like this never happens. Was that fugly, silky chicken clucking or neighing? Wait until she sees this and someone is going to show it to her. Mom, mom. And she's going to get all upset like a big silky chicken. Charles, 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 Charles. Thank you for the super chat. And YM Joy says, I can't see her tail. So they obviously did some airbrushing. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Oh, you're so right about that, YM Joy. And thank you for the super chat. Oh my goodness, I could not wait to share this. I could not wait to share this. And I suspect that's her sister. Yeah, I suspect that's her sister. And they were at Wimbledon today. They were at Wimbledon. And again, I guess I know the writers are on strike in Los Angeles, right? There's a writer's strike. Is there also an airbrush strike going on? But somebody dropped the ball. And for whatever reason, when I looked at them, I thought about the Muppet Show. Do you guys remember the Muppet Show? It's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights. It's time to get things started on the Muppet Show tonight. Let's put on some makeup. Let's dress up right. It's time to get things started on the most I forgot the words to the song. This is what we call the Muppet Show. Oh, man. Elaine Parker, thank you so much for the super sticker on this quality, highbrow performance educational channel called Royal Sussex. We're so highbrow here, right? So posh, so erudite we are. Classy, top drawer. That's what we are here. None of that performative stuff. We always find quality stories to share. Oh man, I had nothing better to do. You're right. I had absolutely nothing better to do. All right, so take a look here. One of the squaddies, of course, what I love about the squad is that they are always ready to rally the troops, to rally the team, to bring forth some of that team spirit. And again, don't feel discouraged, you guys. The Sussexes have plenty recognition coming for all of their hard work. But of course, that's not why they do it. They do it because they're good people, not just to go around collecting awards. They're not the kind of people that are devoted to the red carpet. But, you know, there's the Gracie, the Ripple of Hope, and of course, the digital media national winner for the Gracie Award was Archetypes. And of course, Harry's book, which is still number one. Both Harry and Meghan, New York Times bestsellers. So it's all good. It's all good. And of course, the NAACP Presidential Award, not to mention that they have an award that they are giving out every year at the NAACP. Oh no. Okay. Hey Rohini. Let me see. Fatima wants. Okay, Fatima. Oh, that's for someone else. All right. Let me see here. Yes, the award doesn't mean anything. It is a great honor, but the body of their work will speak for itself. These two are real pastry rolling face and neck. Well, they come in twos. They come in twos. Although I'm guessing the sister does not smoke. She's probably not a cigarette smoker. You can tell when someone has a long relationship with cigarettes. You can tell. They start getting those weird creases. So, but yeah, the Daily Mail did this. Didn't they have wasn't there like a bass on a wooden plaque that if you put batteries in it, it would sing and its mouth would open and close? Didn't I see something like that? What was that called? What a gruesome twosome. I like that. I know, and I am just totally shady for sharing this, but I I stopped in my tracks when I saw this. I stopped in my tracks. The Daily Mail did this. The Daily Mail. They don't get along with anybody, do they? Lex said, "Don't hit them with water, but they do need the moisture." I don't think the Exxon Valdez spill would help them. Thank you so much, Legs. And Alice Langdon says, "Great work, Baron." I'm laughing my head off. Is it Beauty of the Beast? Oh man, when I saw that photo, thank you so much for the super chat. When I saw it, I was frozen. I was frozen. It was like that reflex. I guess we're born with that the fight or flight, or sometimes you just freeze. I froze. I froze. I couldn't move. And then I started looking down at my hands and legs and everything because I wasn't sure if I was about to turn into a pillar of salt, right? And since I didn't turn into a pillar of salt, I thought I was okay. Woo! Look at that. Look at that. You know, sometimes if you just snap the camera at just the right moment, oh man, the Daily Mail did that. Did I mention that? Hey, Camilla, what? Gotcha. Oh man. Well, if this is not enough to make you give up smoking, I don't know what else will do it. But this is all you need to know to give up smoking. It creases the skin, the lips. So, and it stains the Oh man. It does kind of look post mortem, doesn't it? It looks kind of Oh man. I told you guys I had nothing better to do. I saw that and I could not wait. Yes, it's like a horror show. Oh man. Okay, you guys. Let's see. Church Nelly says Baron Lazarus looked better after raising from the dead. Oh man. Okay, you guys. We are going to have to pray and repent and all the other stuff. This is just not right. Um, and how unfair to the tennis players to have to focus on their game and you got all this going on. I mean, how unfair. How can you focus on the game of tennis when every time something happens, when every time something happens, you're liable to get one of these, huh? Could you could you imagine trying to focus on you? You just kind of look up to the royal box and you know, with fairness to Kate, to be fair to Kate, it is you know what I'm saying? You look up and you and you're expecting Kate Middleton with all that hand jiving. And you look up there, you look up there, and there's Camilla. You look up there, and there's Camilla. Woo! Oh man, the I could imagine someone having done something very clever on the court, and they are looking to the royal box for approval, only to get this. That has got to take all the wind out of you. So, and the Daily Mail ran this on their page, and I don't know what told me to go through the photos, but I did. I said, well, I was surprised. Number one, Camilla was there. And then I said, well, let me see, how bad can it be? And then dun dun dun. That's how bad it could be. Oh Lord. Woo! Oh Lord. Okay. Lord forgive me. I could not help myself, for I know not what I do. But I know what I saw. Okay, okay. So let's let's move on. On the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, Muppetational, this is what we call the Muppet Show. Bump. Oh, how old am I? It'd be hard to tell at this point. Okay, so I won't spend much time on this. Wait, what did I just skip? Oh yeah. All right. So I didn't spend much. I don't want to spend. But am I saying his name right? Is it Hugh Edwards, named by his wife as the BBC presenter at the heart of scandal? Um, you know, I'll just say this. Looking at his wife, I I don't know why she reminds me of the kid from Willy Wonka. Remember the kid from Willy Wonka? She reminds me of the kid from the original Gene Wilder Willy Wonka movie. I don't know what it is. The hair, the turtleneck. Let me see. Willy Wonka. So anyway, I guess what I'm saying is, where is that kid? Willy Wonka, Willy Wonka. Wow, they got so many remakes, I can't find the old one. Yeah, she reminds me of the kid from the original Willy Wonka. And you know, that kid, I don't think he did any other movies after that. He decided to turn his back on Hollywood. Okay, what is that kid's name? But yes, that's who she reminds me of. She reminds me of that kid. Do you guys see it, or am I the only one? Charlie, Charlie, that's it. Willy Wonka, the kid's name was Charlie. Okay, Charlie. All right. I gotta stop. I gotta stop. But okay, so if you're if you're picking up what I'm putting down, now it all makes sense, doesn't it? Because she looks like Charlie from Willy Wonka. And I will say no more. Some things that I say is deliberately ambiguous, just allowing the listener to glean what I am saying. But she kind of reminds me of Charlie from Willy Wonka. Let me see. Take a look. There's Charlie. Do you see what I'm saying? Why does she remind me of Charlie? Oh, sorry, my chair is I've already tightened up the screws. This chair's just had enough of me. But she reminds me of Charlie from So I guess I guess it's not an accident, right? Oh man. So uh all right. So since I'm not in trouble yet, why don't I move on, right? Right. Sorry, Charlie. Oh man. Uh-huh. I wonder if she always has to wear a turtleneck. Was that, whose idea was it that she should wear turtlenecks? Oh, Mrs. Naugatuck from Maud. You're gonna bail for that, Mrs. Naugatuck. You went in for that one, Mrs. Naugatuck. I love it. Now that is a name I haven't heard in a while. Wait, I'm trying to highlight the comment and I don't see it now. Uh, but yeah, reminds me of Mrs. Naugatuck. Okay, there you go. You're absolutely right, Rhonda Bryant. You are a genius. Yes, I'm getting Charlie and Mrs. Naugatuck. It's like a fusion of Charlie and Mrs. Naugatuck. Oh, yeah, you know what? You are so right about that. I haven't brought that up in some time rather. Let's see. 1992 is a year that I shall look back upon with undiluted pleasure. It has been a horrible Enos. 1992 with undiluted pleasure. Oh man, yes, you're absolutely right. I haven't done that in a while. Good. Thank you so much for the suggestion, Rachel. All right, you guys. So since we are sailing perilously close to the window, best to close the window before something flies out. Um, but here you go. Dr. Scholler said, bloody hell, Hugh Edwards' wife named him as the BBC presenter. Now he's in hospital for mental health issue for the foreseeable future. I have things to say, but first I'm going to lie down. I don't blame you, Dr. Scholler, because it does beg the question, how is it that he is getting off easy? And you see, I thought I had anyway, I meant to make those two things larger there, but that's okay. We already know what they say. Just says that his wife was the one who um nailed him or named him or whatever. So, and she's absolutely right. And Dr. Scholler is probably thinking what we've all been thinking is that, okay, when it is a white man who's on television in particular, but when it's a white man who has been called out, we have to worry about his mental health and his stability, right? And interestingly enough, it is kind of sort of maybe somewhat identical to the person who was called out from this morning. Now, with this morning, we are all led to believe that it was a young man of a certain age instead of someone younger. And this may very well be the same type of smoke and mirror where they're telling you half the story instead of the whole story because, it worked before. I don't see why it wouldn't work again. So we are getting half of the story, I'm sure, allegedly, for the lawyers listening. We're only getting half the story. I'm sure that there's more to this, and these things do not happen in a vacuum. If you were in a situation like that once, chances are you've been in a situation like that several times, but because of the way they close ranks in the news media, the British tabloid media, they're going to circle the wagons again. They're going to say, hasn't he had enough? Hasn't he been through enough? I wonder if his mama's still alive because the only thing that's missing is he didn't go get his mama from Shady Pines and take her to a strategically planned park bench so that someone with a high definition camera could take a photo of the two of them, him consoling her, even though she thought she was going for ice cream. She ends up being on the front page of the newspaper because hasn't he been through enough? He has to break the news to his mother. So obviously his mother may not be alive. Otherwise, they would have found a strategic park bench to take him down. Well, actually, for him to take his mom down to the park bench so that they can get a photo of him breaking the news. Ma, I'm in trouble. Guess what happened? I thought we were going to get ice cream. So there you go. And then, of course, right from GB News Twitter, if the mental health issues were known by the BBC, why is this man in such a prominent position? Christine Hamilton and Adam Brooke, called the BBC out for its lack of urgency in taking action sooner on Hugh Edwards' scandal. Well, listen. Either way, I promise you, they are not. That nothing's going to happen, and chances are this person will be back on television. And I've already figured out what the excuse will be. The excuse is he had a breakdown because he had to announce the Queen's passing, right? When he went on TV in his black suit and black tie, and he had to announce that the Queen is dead, long live the King, somehow it had an impact on him mentally. And that is going to be the reason why he is suffering, and why he is is accused of what he's been accused of. That is the way out. Nothing is going to happen. The police are not investigating anything, so that's it. Uh, yeah, yeah. Well, you know what, Lady T, that is just going to fade away probably as of today. If they're not talking about it tomorrow, then that's it. Just like they said there were other people talking about this morning, and that went away. There's not any mention of it whatsoever. So, and it was very clumsy the way this story unfolded. The story unfolded, and then it just went away. And I'm afraid that's the end of it. They don't touch these people. They don't touch these people. Even the sick old man is okay. That sick old man is living the life of Riley, and nothing has happened. Nothing is going to happen. They're protected. For the most part, Royal Protocol is tabloid invention created for cheap clickbait and weaponizing against anyone they don't like. And the only ones who gain from this nonsense are the dying news brands and washed up commentators in desperate need of traffic or follows. So we discussed this at length yesterday. Um, Protocol was used again and again against Meghan to police her, make her feel uncomfortable, and clip her wings. They hated her self-assuredness, resourcefulness, and brilliance. Now, this is the words of a squatty. As you know, I don't like to share the account, especially if there's not a blue check mark, because it just drives all kind of traffic from the derangers. I'll explain more about that later. I have a great case in point where that's concerned, but those are the words of a squatty. I cannot take responsibility. I won't take responsibility for it. Someone else said those very insightful words, very wise words, rather. So, and it's true. That is something that they use. They weaponized the term protocol and used it against Meghan. It almost seems like one of those fairy tale movies, the Prince's Diary or Princess Diary, whatever, where there's always that one person who's the ex-girlfriend of the prince or the one that was supposed to be the arranged marriage, and she's plotting with other people to run the commoner away. That plays out again and again and again. The evil stepsister, whatever it is, there's always that antagonist that's trying to wreak havoc with the couple that's in love, right? Well, in this case, the antagonist is multiple people. It's the tabloid media and people within the family and the courtiers in the institution that were doing everything they could to try to destroy Meghan. Everything they could. So right here, royalists are deranged. Imagine that is, thinking a man whose circumstance of birth gave him his position is somehow more important than the man elected by his people, 81 million votes, by the way, in a nation multiple times stronger and wealthier, and whose support direly needs, and whose support Britain, that's why they have the flag there, direly needs, should be subservient to their tampon king. Now, again, that is the words of someone else. I don't know that that was a squatty, but it's in reference to this tweet right here. Oi, Joe, this isn't your brother. It isn't your mate. Nor is it one of your lackeys at the White House. He's the king. Get your hands off of him. Let's put aside all of the who needs who. I feel like in this world we all need to get along. We all need to help each other. Every nation needs to be in a brotherhood of man and woman, all of that kumbaya stuff. But that being said, this nationalist attitude that some people have, whether it's the right wingers, you don't have to be conservative, you don't have to be racist to be a nationalist. Nationalism is when you love, when you promote, when you're excited for your country. That's being a nationalist. And sometimes that can come across as being a bit condescending, like this person right here. He's not one of your mates. He's not your friends. He's not a lackey. He is the president of the United States, and he deserves the same respect that I would give any head of state that comes here. It's just the polite thing to do, except for Boris Johnson. I probably wouldn't. But yeah, and of course Donald Trump. I don't have much love for him either. So those are two that I would probably single out. But aside from that, um, it's a complete lack of respect, and it doesn't help Charles at all. You go through all of that trouble to try to shame him to go to the coronation. No. You go through all of this trouble to make sure that he meets William in Boston, right? You're going through all of this trouble. Joe Biden did not have to stop in the UK. This was a favor to Charles. That's all it is. It is a favor for Charles. Nothing more, nothing less. When Jill Biden went to the coronation, they were doing him a favor. They need big names to boast of their image, just like anybody else. That was a solid that he was doing. So I don't see how this helps him. This does not help Charles. So the people that keep doing this stuff, they really, really need to knock it off. I mean, enough is enough. This was a whistle stop. Biden merely spent the night, went to Buckingham Palace, and then on to Lithuania, Latvia, wherever he went. And that was that. Let me see. Rebecca Arthur says, and it makes it even sadder when Meghan's own fellow Americans joined the British bullies to bully her. There is an anti-Americanism going on. It certainly is. There's an anti-Europe, anti-Americanism. There's a lot of anti things going on. And it's because of this right-wing movement, this Brexit, us against the world. Financially, it has been devastating to the UK. That mentality has been devastating to the UK. And I got some figures that I'm going to share with you about that in just a moment. Let me see. Fatima says it's like William and Natural Beauty bullying the Sussexes, Natural Beauty, out of the country. Now they want to conquer the Sussexes base, the young people, and still failing miserably. Yes, Fatima, thank you so much for that. That is so very wise. Thank you. Sorry, I'm going backwards here with the comments. Sasha Barron, do you know that justice may be delayed but never denied? Karma's God's faithful messenger is very patient and knows exactly when and how to strike. Oof, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for that, Sash. Let me see. Americans are respectful by and large, rather, and not subservient. Joe Biden is very comfortable with who he is. Marianne Morse, thank you for that comment. I agree with that. King Charles is not elected by the people either. People did not choose him. He is imposing himself to his people, who said Joe wants King Charles III as a friend anyway. King Charles is a pathetic and deplorable father. Yeah, Laurie, he lacks a lot when it comes to being a father, being a king, or even being a friend for that matter. Okay. All right. Manella says they all pretend to be happy because of earthly titles. If they are not even trying to be pure in heart, they will know no peace and fulfillment. Thank you for those words, Manello. Yeah, Fatima. I agree with you. I agree with you. It is triggering, and it takes us back to Frogmore. Those 5 months in Frogmore Cottage when Meghan was what was she saying publicly twice? That was a very stressful time for the Sussex squad. And that was like at a time when some of the worst attacks were happening, was while she was with child and at the Frogmore Cottage. Black Queen says, listen up, derangers. Right wing foolery and Brexit has not been or will it ever be kind to your brainwashed fools. So continue, bow and scrape while you eat stale cake. Thank you, Black Queen. Naomi Maria says, don't forget, Baron, there are a lot of British migrants living in the U.S. who still are royalist, colonial mindset, and deplore this marriage because of her biracial heritage. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And even the ones that are not migrants, you have a bunch of, for lack of a better word, Karens out there. Um, again, it reminds me of the guy whose mother was online bullying Marilyn McCain's. Was that the girl's name, Marilyn McCain? The little girl that disappeared. She was online every day bullying the parents of that little girl, saying the worst, negative, awful, hateful stuff day after day after day. And when she was exposed, well, you all know what happened to her. When she was exposed, I think she ended up deleting herself. And I mean, really deleting herself because she had been found out, because she was embarrassed and ashamed. But if she had not been exposed, Madeline, thank you, Madeline McCain, if she had not been exposed, then it may have continued to this very day. And that is the mindset of some of these people that attack Meghan and even attack Harry. That is their mindset. I just had, as a matter of fact, the shorts that I've been posting, the shorts have reached a much wider audience than I suspected it would. And some of the nasty comments, like, I don't know why all the fuss. Those children aren't real anyway. It's not like the children are real. Are you really still going with the children are not real? Someone just said that the other day, that the children are not real. Why are they making such a fuss for children that don't exist? At this point, it's not that they believe it, but it is to inflict as much pain as possible. This is the old lady at church. This is the neighbor that you see take out the trash every day. This is the person who runs over your heel with the shopping cart at the supermarket. That's who's doing this. Middle-aged women with nothing better to do. So every day they wake up and they go to their computers and they get into this concert of other voices. And in concert together, they start singing the same hymns over and over, day after day. That is what they do. Um, Bot Sentinel exposed these people. Bot Sentinel was able to track down a certain group, middle aged white women, conservative, Brexit voters, MAGA voters. That's who they are. As a group, yes, there's a few black people. Yeah. There's a few young people. There's a few older people of every stripe. But the predominant group, the demographic, is the middle aged white woman. Those are the ones that, in spite of everything we know, everything that was said, still voted for Donald Trump. They still voted for Donald Trump, and they will vote for him again. This is the librarian. This is a lady sitting next to you on the airplane. School bus driver. That's who they are. It's not a very large group of people, but amongst those that pay attention to the royal family, it is an overwhelming amount of people. There are not many people that talk about the royal family every day. There are people who look at the soap opera and they move on. But as for derangers or squatties, the so-called royalists, and so on, it is a large group within a much smaller sector of the population. And that is how they think, that is how they feel, that is how they conduct themselves day after day. It's not like they're real. They don't exist. I'm not shocked, but I'm just surprised that, and by the way, the person who said that, if that was their profile picture, I'm just like, seriously? Seriously, you're saying that? I mean, I saw the person's profile picture. If that was, I have to say, if that was her profile picture, I saw her. And like I said, she looks like somebody's mama. She looks like somebody's sweet grandmama. And still using the children do not exist trope. And glad to do it. Glad to do it. Yep. They went there. Saying the children do not exist is a mind game the derangers are playing in the hopes that the Sussexes will fall for their BS and try to prove the derangers wrong by showing the children. I'm sure there are some people that want that to happen too, just like Barack Obama was not born in the United States, and they persisted with that until he finally showed his birth certificate, and that caused more pain than anything else because people equated that to the idea of someone showing their freedom papers. That's what it appeared to be. I mean, that's not what it was, but it was the equivalent of that, really. It was a modern day equivalent of showing your papers. The only people that have to do that is people that are going through a Holocaust or going through the slave trade, trying to buy their freedom. You have to have papers. That's when things like that happens. When you live in a police state and you want to go from point A to point B, you have to show your papers. And so obviously they are hoping, as you say, that they will show their papers. They will show their children. What a disgusting thing. And I would bet you that a lot of those Karens, a lot of these middle-aged white women, I bet you they have mixed race grandchildren. I bet you for every one that we see in these Twitter streets on social media, I'm pretty sure that a portion of them have mixed race grandchildren. God help those kids. But I bet you they have some mixed race grandchildren, especially the ones here in the US and the ones in the UK too. They exist, but not the Sussex's children. It's 2023, and there are more people born into mixed race, or should I say, uh, mixed marriages that are born biracial. There's more of that than ever before. There's plenty of people that are biracial and don't even know it or recognize it. So, yeah, I was just out there and I'm just like, really? We're still doing that. So right here, Michelle Obama, the Queen, branded royal protocol rubbish. She told us to just get in and sit wherever. And I believe that was in reference to the day that Philip drove them from the helicopter into the, was it Buckingham Palace? No, Windsor Castle. Windsor Castle. They weren't sure where to sit. And if you guys recall, when Meghan rode with the Queen, nobody prepared her. And it was like the last minute thing. And she asked the Queen, which side do you prefer? And of course, they used that as a thing. Meghan didn't wear a hat on that occasion. And that was another thing. And all of that was designed as another smear, one after the other. So they're getting their photos, they're making their money, and still there is a barrage of insults. The Queen told herself, the Queen herself told Michelle Obama that the royal protocol is all rubbish. The former First Lady raised eyebrows when she hugged Her Majesty. So, too bad for the young people. Too bad for the young people. The young people in the UK, the ones who voted against the Brexit, who wanted to remain in the European Union, they have been sold a bill of goods by their elders. Not all of them, just some of them, of course, just enough to have an impact on their futures. They have been sold a bill of good because of the fear of others, because of this nationalist movement, to make sure that nobody can immigrate unless they're the right kind of people. That was the whole point of it, which is interesting because as a nation where, as they would say, the sun never sets on the British Empire, as a nation that went anywhere and everywhere, and people didn't have a choice about them being there. As a matter of fact, you better let us in. It's the height of hypocrisy. It's the height of hypocrisy that that same nation is fighting so hard to keep people out. Very interesting. So I had nothing better to do today, right? That is kind of a theme today. I had nothing better to do. So I was thinking about these women stuck on an island. And I thought, if there is a parallel universe, if there's a parallel universe, if there's another universe that looks like ours, but is not exactly like what we have here, what might these three ladies be, huh? How about this? From the British Isles to the Salt Isles, there you go. I decided to reimagine Gilligan's Island, and I put them as castaways. Um, so you have the old Mrs. Howell, and of course, a little younger, of course, you have Mary Ann, and of course, as Ginger, uh, the dumb one. Although Ginger was very fair, but I have reimagined Kate as Ginger. So the professor and Marianne here on Gilligan's Isle. I had nothing better to do, so I came up with that. Like I said, it was raining. I got kind of sleepy and confused, and next thing I know, um, I did that. So yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Let's see here. Now, sometimes I say this a lot. I think they're actually watching Royal Sussex. I think they're actually watching Royal Sussex. Well, take a look here. So many unknowns claiming to be royal experts devalues the word expert. Is he talking to me? Are you talking to me, Dickie? Dickie, are you talking about me when you say so many unknowns claiming to be royal experts? If it wasn't for Oprah Winfrey, I could tell you one royal expert none of us would have heard of. This one, the one whose knowledge is so broad and so sure that she literally lost her position on CNN. Royal expert who was branded toxic racist liar by the Harry and Meghan supporting Sussex squad and Let's Go by CNN. I'm sorry, and Let Go by CNN after she was conned into commenting on Oprah interview before it aired. Threatens to sue pranksters as she says she lost her eyelashes. I'm sorry, she lost all her TV work. Why did I say eyelashes? Anyway, she lost her. Vicky Arbiter, Dickie's daughter, as you know, she is a royal expert, so they say. And as a royal expert, I guess it's one thing to be an expert on the royals, and another thing to be an expert on television production. So she decided that she would comment about something that hadn't happened yet. And so did her father. And so did a couple of other people, like what's his name, Richard Fitzwilliams or whatever, and oh gosh, what is her name, Ingrid Seaweed. All of them commented about something that hadn't happened yet. Now, to be fair to Vicky, she says that that's pretty common in the industry. However, CNN decided to let her go. So, you know, I was surprised when I saw her at the Coronation. She was commenting for Australia television. Something tells me she's going to fit right in Australia, but she was commenting for Australian television. I thought I had heard the last of her, and next thing you know, I hear this voice with that high pitched voice. I'm like, oh my God. I turned around. It was Victoria Arbiter in the flesh. Back again. Oh, I thought I had heard the last of it. I don't know why she's not doing voiceovers for Disney. I really don't. She should go to DreamWorks with that voice, because I'm sure there is some character with her name on it. It's like nails on a chalkboard. By the way, Katie V, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you for being a member of, I'm sorry, I slipped, Royal Sussex. Anyway, so poor Vicky Arbiter, she lost her job, she lost her lashes, she couldn't eat, all of those things. I mean, it was just like a old country music song. Everything that happened, she lost her farm, the dog died, she lost her Chevy pickup. It was just like an old country western song. So anyway, and by the way, there the rat represents the royal Rhoda. That's why the rat is there. No reflection on Vicky, but just reference that. But yeah, so there's a royal expert right there. Now let me show you another image of Victoria Arbiter. 1 minute she was doing her job. She had those beautiful lashes, and next thing you know, and they were gone. Now people have branded her a liar. You know, um, Vicky Arbiter is not the worst of the worst. Okay, but she was in a situation of her own making. She accepted 300 pounds to comment about something that hadn't happened yet. And amongst other things, as a royal reporter, you walk a fine line. Now, some people are far more, I would say, offensive toward the Sussexes. She's not the worst of the worst, but you know, that's the side that she's with. And a lot of these royal reporters, they have one voice on American TV, they have another voice for British television. So but there's, she's got another gig. I'm sure she's doing fine. um it was a prank. She fell for it. Her father, who should know better, he fell for it. There was a lot of people that they approached, and only 4 people fell for it. So that says a lot about the experts. But I think people forget that people are paid for these commentaries. They're on the news, but they're being paid. They're on a talk show, but they're being paid. They'll write a book, they'll write magazine articles, but they're paid. So her credibility has been challenged, but she's working. The other 3 people, including her father, guess what? They ain't missed a meal yet. She's the only one that lost her lashes. And then there's Dickie. There's Dickie right there. Dickie Arbiter. Not only is he a so-called royal expert, but let me give you a little background. Dickie Arbiter was a press secretary for the Queen. And as a press secretary, he was a courtier, right? Well, guess who grew up at Kensington Palace? Vicky, I lost my lashes, Arbiter. She also lived at Kensington Palace at one time. See how it all works together? It all runs together. Yeah, for 300 pounds. 300 pounds. That's really selling yourself short, isn't it? 300 pounds. Sherry Ware says Vic got in trouble because she bragged about being a CNN commentator. Vic has jobs in UK, Australia, and New Zealand. Vic needs to be quiet now. Exactly. Exactly. She managed to coerce the pranksters into taking her portion of the video out. So if you watch that video, they completely removed any reference to. You don't hear any of that in the video. All of that's gone. So the hairs in my ear are tickled every time I hear her speak. Yeah, it really it messes with the with my with those little hairs in my ear. I always feel like a chill come over me when I hear that voice. Also, Dickie Arbiter, not only is he a royal expert, but he was the inspiration for the painting Scream. Yes, Dickie Arbiter was the inspiration for that famous painting Scream. Yeah, you didn't know that, did you? Well, you know what, guys? One thing about Royal Sussex, we always try to make sure we share as much information as possible. There's a lot of times when I see certain things and I'm just like, you know what? I bet you they don't know that. But yeah, he was one of the inspirations for the painting Scream. Also, you guys, if you have not subscribed, please do. Royal Sussex is just seven or eight subscribers away from um, 35,000. So please make sure that you are subscribed so we can play some dance music, right? We are just 8 subscribers away from 35,000. Okay, and so take a look here. Here's another royal expert. I know um, Kinsey Schofield is a royal expert. Now, I believe she's from California, or at the very least, I know she was born in the US, at least I think she was. Anyway, Kinsey Schofield is an American that goes on British television and tells them everything that they want to hear. Like, oh, Harry and Meghan are not that well received in Los Angeles or LA or Hollywood. So she's supposed to be like the Hollywood roving reporter that tells you everything that you need to know about the Sussexes. The only thing is, we all know that in Montecito, there are no leaks. As a matter of fact, anything that they have tried to leak is, let me see, either not true, right? Is not going to happen, pure speculation. They have not gotten a scoop on Harry and Meghan, not one time, not one single time, not nan time, not nan time have they had a scoop. But yet, this very startled individual, seemingly startled individual, is on British television day after day claiming to know things that she has absolutely no information of. Nothing, nada, not a thing. And just like Dickie Arbiter, she has also uh, been inspired. Obviously, she has taken all of her cues from Tammy Faye Baker. That's right. I think that she may actually be a love child of Tammy Faye Baker's. Now, I hate to say that because I like Tammy Faye, and I think that she, was a very religious woman and a very well painted woman. But I also believe that somewhere, somehow, she may have had a love child, and that love child may very well be Kinsey Schofield. I mean, the resemblance is uncanny. They both have that rather overpainted, startled look. So, is this serendipity? I don't think so. I think I see the makings of a love child. I don't know who the father is, but I see that somebody was the product of a late night prayer service and a fundraiser or something. I don't know. But I think that Kenzie Schofield is somehow related to Tammy Faye Baker. Yeah, I said it. I said it. I am a royal expert, a self-proclaimed royal expert, just like the rest of them. Harry said that to be a royal expert, all you got to do is tell them what they want to hear. So, y'all want to hear this? 1,200 of you? I'm a royal expert. Tried and true. Born and bred. Okay, so there you go. Now, this is what I was talking about earlier when I said that I don't like to share people's Twitter accounts. I started watching Suits, which sparked an interest an interest to watch the Harry and Meghan documentary. I just want to say a big F you to the haters. I'm now a Meghan Markle stan for life. Literally, leave them alone and let them live. Now, this woman was, not really for or against them, didn't know anything about him, I suppose, but she started watching Suits, and she has taken a shine to the Duchess of Sussex. And the screenshot that you see there was posted by a squatty. So this account posted this, and all of a sudden it's gone. Well, what happened to it? I'm going to show you. These tweets are protected. They decided to run silent and run deep. They had to put a lock on the account. They had to block the account. Only people that are approved can follow that account. So this is, an account of someone who decided to speak up and speak out for the Sussexes, only to be attacked by the derangers. That is exactly what happened. She was attacked by the derangers, and so she had to block her account. That's what happened. The language that she used was very defiant and very strong. And of course, because of that, she was attacked by the derangers. We've seen this before. So I'm not even showing the photo, but we've seen this before. Now, some news about the economy. The annual inflation has dropped every single month for the past year. That's Bidenomics at work. The inflation situation, well, I know it doesn't seem like it, but inflation has begun to go back in the other direction. It does not mean that prices are going to suddenly go lower, although housing prices are being lowered, and also the price of an automobile, that's also coming down. So food is still in the stratosphere. Fuel, well, you know how that goes, but they are the prices are coming down. Coco Ambrose, no, I did not know that. I did not know that. I'm not surprised, but I had no idea. Thank you for sharing that. Now, there you go. Unemployment below 4%, inflation cut in half, job satisfaction at a 36-year high, highest share of working age Americans in workforce in 20 years, low wage worker pay growing at a faster pace over the past 20 years. Well, as you know, wages were frozen for about 20 years, maybe 30 years for some people. Well, now wages are finally increasing. It's about time. Still not at a point where it's keeping up with inflation, but we're doing better. We're doing better. In Texas, gasoline was $3 a gallon. Wow. Okay. I've seen some low prices here and there, but not $3 a gallon. That is extraordinary. So President Joe Biden, not your average Joe, Now, this is the numbers that I was speaking of right here. Bidenomics in action. The U.S. is enjoying the strongest post-pandemic recovery of any economy in the world. Now, take a look. I want you to look at this backwards, or rather, go from the bottom to the top. The number at the bottom is the best performance, and as you work your way up, look who's dead last. Still not doing better than well, I'm sorry. The UK is doing better than a lot of countries, but if you look at the other largest economies, US is having the best recovery, followed by Canada. I mentioned that the other day. Now, what does Canada have that the UK doesn't? Canada has opened its doors to working migrants, people who want to work and live and contribute to the economy. Canada is the second best in terms of recovery from the pandemic, followed by Japan and France, and of course the Euro area, Germany, Italy, and last on the list, the United Kingdom. All of that fear of others, keep them away. We don't want you here. And look at what is costing the people of the United Kingdom. Dead last out of everyone on that list. See that? Now, breaking in another show of international strength, Lithuanian President Gitanas Nausėda bestowed President of the United States Joe Biden with the Order of Vytautas the Great with the Golden Collar, the highest award that a Lithuanian president can bestow on anyone. President Biden is the first American president to receive the award for special merits in developing a bilateral relationship between the Republic of Lithuania and the United States of America, improving the political, cultural, economic, and social cooperation of the two countries. Doesn't really fit the Republican weakness narrative, does it? So I went through the trouble of finding a close-up of the collar, so you can see some of the details. So that middle top is what you see, and then up close, that is the actual medallion that hangs beneath the crown there. So that gives you a little detailed view. And it looks far different from what Charles is handing out to people nowadays. Please tell me they're not still using this. Please tell me they're not still handing these out. Please tell me Trevor, what's his name? Trevor Weasel, whatever his name is. Please tell me this is not what his OBE looks like. They're not giving this out still, are they? Have they done away with the Archangel Michael / St. George? Have they done away with that? Stepping on the neck of the black man? Uh-oh. There is a tornado alert. There's a tornado alert, you guys. Don't worry. I am in a very solid space right now. I promise you. So I am not the least bit concerned, but I am concerned for everybody else. Yeah, but I am surrounded by poured concrete and cinder blocks and bricks and all that kind of stuff. So I am quite safe. Sounds like I'm in prison, don't it? Oh, man. Rhonda says, Baron, thank you for covering the state of the U.S. economy. Even though you are preaching to the choir, still it helps to hear the good news. Oh, thank you, Rhonda. I'm so glad to help. But yeah, the economy is doing very well. And no matter, Trevor Phillips, thank you so much, Trevor Phillips. Yeah, so does Trevor Phillips, does he have one of these? They're not still giving these things out, though, are they? I mean, I hope not. Oh, what if there's a power outage? I tell you guys, it has been storming like crazy today, right? Yes. AK, are you going to sell those free Baron t-shirts? You got to do that. You got to have those free Baron t-shirts. Well, I tell you what, instead of setting me free, how about just 6 people subscribe right now? 6 people. Listen, derangers, hate listeners, do me a solid. Go ahead and subscribe, and I will say some nice things about Kate and Willie. Okay? If I get over that 35,000 hump, while y'all derangers are here, I promise you I'm going to say something really nice about Kate and William. You can trust me. You can trust me. Come on, y'all. Come on now. Let's get over this hurdle, shall we? There are at least a few of you handful of kind of nutty, crazy hate listeners that love Royal Sussex. I know you do. I know you do. What is there not to love? I mean, we have the best moderators, we have the best chats, right? You get to listen to my chair squeaking and crying. Get off of me, you big fat baby boomer. Listen to that. You hear that? This chair is screaming, get off of me, you big fat baby boomer. You get to listen to that every day for 2-3 hours a day. So go ahead, hate watchers. Oh, there's one more. We just need 5 subscribers, and we will be at a whopping 35,000. Come on, derangers, hit that subscribe button. Come on, do it. Do it for Kate and Willie. And you know what? I promise you, I'm going to say some really nice. Why is my throat getting tight? I'm going to say some really nice stuff about them. It's easy to get the words out if you swallow real hard, right? So yeah, 5 subscribers to 35,000. Come on, we just need 5 derangers to go ahead and subscribe. Although I'm sure most of you guys are subscribed anyway, but go ahead. I know you hate listeners out there. Just do the right thing. Do the right thing. Show me the subscribers. Okay, so I'm going to move on in the meantime. I am capable of saying something nice. Hey, the other day, didn't I say that I liked the outfit that Ford Fiesta had on? And I did. I meant what I said. I thought that for once in her miserable little pudgy life, she had actually put together a good outfit. And I was not too above things to say so. I thought she looked, she had those kind of pajama looking pants, right? She had a suede or velvet blazer, right? And then she had that neutral beige top on. I thought it was stunning. She had the little strappy shoes on, right? She was causing it. That was the best outfit I've ever seen her wear. That was the best outfit I've ever seen her wear. Okay, so anyway, Joe Biden got a warm reception in Lithuania. There he is taking the stage to thunderous applause. Wait till you see this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the crowd. Look at all those young people that are so excited that this is an octogenarian when they're in their 80s, that this old man is actually out there speaking of friendship between the United States and Lithuania. And of course, there's a lot of people that have the American flags and everything. Chants of USA, USA as Slava Ukraini and Slava Ukraini. I guess that means, okay, Slavic, that is the ethnicity of the people, right? And Ukraini, Slava Ukraini. As Biden, President Biden, that is, wraps up his speech, the White House, citing the mayor of Vilnius, says 10,000 people attended the speech, including the overflow spaces in the town square. So, just to be fair, for Joe Biden, this is the biggest crowd. This in Ireland, between this and Ireland, these are the biggest crowds that he's ever had in life. Joe Biden usually doesn't get big crowds. I'm just going to be honest and say he doesn't usually draw the big crowds. So he usually has to leave the United States to get a big crowd. He's old, he's stable, he doesn't inspire as much as some, but the energy that he commands overseas is incredible. So, yeah, very, very happy for that. And look at there, look at there. Remember, I told you that there's something that always sticks to the underside of his shoe and he can't seem to get it off? Remember that? I said there's something that sticks to the underside of Joe Biden's shoe, and whatever he does, he can't get it off. When he fell that time, it was not a sandbag, it was Rishi Sunak. Rishi Sunak just keeps stepping up to him and looking past and looking around and sneaking onto Air Force One. He cannot get rid of Rishi Sunak. Rishi, please give me a trade deal. Sunak is everywhere. I mean, they take a photo. There's Rishi Sunak. They're sitting in the conference. There's Rishi Sunak. How do you get rid of Rishi Sunak? What a pest. I mean, he just won't leave him alone. Every time Biden steps out, he's always like scraping his shoes, trying to get something off of it. That's Rishi Sunak. They need to have a double act. They should go and do a vaudeville. Me and my shadow walking down the avenue. Yeah, he cannot get rid of him. So, as you can see, Biden is trying to turn his back so that he doesn't have to look into his face, begging him for a trade deal. He'll get to it when he. He'll get to it when he gets to it. God, give him a break, Rishi. Yeah, so yeah, poor Joe Biden. He just cannot shake Rishi Sunak for nothing. They're going to have to check all the overhead compartments on Air Force One just to make sure Rishi Sunak has not stowed away. Really. They are going to have to check everything to make sure Rishi Sunak is not tagging along, because you can't get rid of him. You just can't. And you know what? Now that I think about it, let me go back to a photo from yesterday. Because I'm thinking, let me see, where is that? Is this it? No. I have a theory. Was it yesterday? Nope. Oh, I know, it was day before yesterday. I have a theory. Remember the I told you guys that for the oh, there it is. This right here. That is why she's straining to carry that bag. Rishi Sunak is in one of those cases. All of our nuclear codes are in number 10 Downing Street because Rishi Sunak has emptied one of those cases and crawled up inside of it so he can try to get Joe Biden's attention. See how one bag seems to be lighter than the other? The bag in her right hand, she can lift it over her head, but the one on the left side, she can look at. Ugh, she can barely walk with that thing. That's because Rishi Sunak has managed to crawl up inside of that bag. You can't get rid of him. He is going to get that trade deal if it's the last thing he ever does. Okay, so let me move on. And I tell you what, if you want a trade deal, whatever it is that you serve Joe Biden in that number 10 Downing Street mug, and believe me, Joe Biden was able to keep that mug with him. Whatever's in that mug, don't serve that to him again because it doesn't seem to be something that he likes. But of course, that mug was a gift to Joe Biden, so he'll remember to give Rishi Sunak that trade deal. That's why he gave him that mug as a reminder, the trade deal. Now, you guys, I want to share this with you on a very serious note here. Vanessa Williams, official, no filter, no energy rescue crew. Vanessa Williams wanted to show the world, this is me, unfiltered, no makeup. This is the real Vanessa Williams. And I applaud her for her courage. Not many people would do something like this. Not many women would do something like this. Here you are known as one of the most beautiful women in the world, and yet you have stripped all of that away to show your real self. And she's very honest about who she is. And how she is. So I have to say again, I thought this was the most courageous thing. And on top of that, she's not posing or trying to make anything more than just this is who I am. And I love that. So very, very courageous. And yeah, she is always going to be Miss America. Out of all the Miss Americas, everybody knows that she has been the most popular and probably, I would argue, the most successful out of all the Miss Americas. There's been others that have done okay as well. But I think that when it comes to household name, Vanessa Williams, for a variety of reasons, has always been number one. So good on you, Vanessa. Your honesty, your courage. And with that, you guys, we are so done. Oh, stop it. How do I stop that? Here we go. We have 34,996. I am just going to call that 35,000, and we should celebrate that with a little Ivy. We need to celebrate that with some hello, Ivy here. And thank you to the handful of people that have just subscribed to get us that much closer. Greatly appreciate it. Hello. Ivy here. Hello, Ivy. Girl, the Duchess of Sussex won. Meet me at the Royal Sussex party. Nelly's gonna be there. All right, Ivy out. You know what? I have not come down from my high yet. As you know, I. All right. And with that, let us acknowledge our queens. There we go. Let us acknowledge our queens. And of course, I will be looking for the last word very soon. So, again, we have reached another milestone. Thank you all so much for going on this wacky, crazy ride with us here at Royal Sussex. And I hear there is a list, so I can thank you guys that made contributions today. So, thank you for your very generous contributions to Legs, Legs Again, YM Droid, Lane Parker, Alice Langdon, and Katie V. Thank you all very much, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Thank you to everyone who has a membership to Royal Sussex. That also is a great way to support the channel, just starting at the low, low price of $4.99 a month. And thank you for your contributions to the chat. Also very important. And for those of you who usually don't chime in on the chats or whatever, your likes, your shares, and of course, viewing, all of that helps to keep Royal Sussex alive. So thank you all very much. And thank you all for signing the prayer card for B10 Powell. I haven't heard from her. If you guys have, please let me know. But she has a lot going on. So, of course, she's in our prayers. And everyone else who is having situations like that with their health, their family's health, a loss of a loved one. One thing about this community is that we always support each other. Well, I call it a prayer card, but let me show it to you. I'll show it to you. It is on the community tab. Let me see. Where is it? It is on the community tab, and it looks like this. There you go. So if you want to send your prayers or kind thoughts, please go to the community tab. I think it may have been the last thing that I posted, so it should be easy to find. But yeah, so people have left some kind words for B10 Pal there. And so if you can, please do. Let's see. Right? 50,000 or 37,000. Whatever the next thousand is. And I'm waiting for the 100,000. I want that play button like you cannot believe. I want that silver play button. I feel like I'm in Lord of the Rings. I want that play button. Oh, man. Thank you so much, VS Speaks Royally. And thank you. Oh, as a matter of fact, let me put VS up there. Yet another Sussex friendly space. Let me see here. Hey, Lydia, I didn't know you were here. Let me see. Actually, let me see. Well, I'll do it in a minute. I'm clicking on it, but it's not doing anything. But yeah, I'll do that soon. Very soon. Won't I? Yeah, I will. Yes, I will. Very soon. I will. Right? Lydia Church Nelly. Won't I do that soon? as I drop my hints, won't I do that soon? I'm telling you, I have the best mod squad, you guys. The best. Let's see here. All right. So our last word for today will be oh, what's going on with Catherine Bryant? Did I miss something? What's going on? Let me see here. Oh, Shay says the Sussexes may be the enemy in the eyes of the British royal family, the British media, and the tabloids, but in the eyes of God, they are angels to the much needed people. Yes, you know, and Shay, that looks like the last word to me. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, I think we'll leave it there. Oh, thank you very much. Okay. Let me see. Praying for your grandson. What happened? Okay. Okay. Well, I'll go back through and I'll find out. But thank you. Oh, for your grandson on a full recovery. Oh, thank you so much for that. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Oh, Brenda Gray. Yes, you're quite welcome. You are quite welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. All right. So with that, then I am going to bid you all a good night and farewell. I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks again, mods. Thank you for your contributions, everyone. Thanks for your subscriptions. I'm going to have to do one of those subscriber-only videos. I've never seen one, so I don't know what the expectations are, but I'll come up with something where I can let my hair down, something that, something that won't get me arrested, I hope. And something that won't have the Secret Service knocking on my door, that kind of a thing. Okay. All right, so with that, let's do the Ginger Avenger, and then I will see you all tomorrow. Love you guys. Oh, it's been almost 2 hours. Perfect. All right. There we go.
Thomas, I wanted to ask you about these vile individuals who refer to themselves as the Sussex Squad.
So I come to my dad's house and start going through it, and I look on YouTube, and my God, I see the Sussex Squad and the Royal Sussex page on YouTube and the things they post, and that's where I found that disgusting video making fun of my father just because he's going to the Jubilee. I mean, And if you look on the Royal Sussex page on YouTube, you're going to see exactly whose it is. It's definitely Meghan Markle. And if it's not her personally, she's definitely paying somebody to do it.
Well, I was at my dad's house and I started going through it while he was recovering from a stroke. I was at his house and I was going through and I looked at the computer and my God, there was the Sussex squad and the Royal Sussex. Oh, how outraged was he pretending to be, right? Oh, man. I was at my dad's house. Yeah. Everybody goes to their dad's house and go through it. People do that all the time. Matter of fact, there are some people that are incarcerated that went to somebody's dad's house and went through it. There's a lot of people that are still trying to make bail because they went to somebody's dad's house and went through it. Any dad would do, right? Yeah, I've gotten it wrong all these years. I didn't realize I was supposed to go to my dad's house and go through it. All right, so that's that, you guys. Thank you so much, Dansby. Love you, squatties. Thank you so much. All right. Y'all know why I'm stalling. I'm stalling. 34,999. Why is this so important to me? I have no idea. It is a moral victory. That's what it is. And we're not going anywhere. Nobody's going anywhere until we get there. I don't care if it takes all night. As a matter of fact, every minute of delay, I am going to remove another article of apparel. But I probably would have anyway. But for every minute of delay, I just removed the sock. So, let me see what I'm taking off next. Oh, man. You know, I screenshot these all the time. Every time I get another 1,000, I take a screenshot. So that is why. But it's not that important, you guys. You don't have to stick around. I'm going to go. I'm sure I got better things to do than to just sit here and watch water boil. Actually, at this moment, I can't think of any. Nothing comes to mind. So we wait and we wait. And maybe we'll wait some more. You know what, though? I'm trying to figure out what happened to the video. Was it the Duke of was it Duke of Mexico? Duke of Rosarita? I don't know what happened to that video. You know, the one with Thomas Markle, the actual video. I don't know what happened to it.
A day late and a dollar short times.
No, that's not it. I don't know what happened to the actual video. The one where you know which one I'm talking about. Let's see. Oh man. Trust me, you don't want to see this old aging baby boomer. Nothing good will come of it, I promise you. Well. Okay. All right, you guys. All right, so it's been 2 hours. We better go. All right, love you guys. Thank you. See you tomorrow. And I'm out. Oh, wait a minute. We could do Once Upon a Time. I love Once Upon a Time. Once upon a time. There we go. Once upon a time. My favorite.